Till I hop in the Bama, the world is mine. I'm Tony Montana, I'm Pelican Fly. Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like...
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Jose Borregales for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Lions nothing.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17 yards.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
13 yards on the play.
A first down carry for Barkley. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
By Cameron Jordan. A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Raider 2.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
A 10-yard gain.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. picked by Deontay Thompson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception here, Mariota in trouble, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
It's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota, a hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mariota now. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum. For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Carr gonna throw. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And the Lions have 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Up the middle with Barkley. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. The Lions had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. From the gun, Mariota. And he finds McLaurin.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Lions, nothing.
Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it.
Touchdown! Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. That changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr now to throw. Taken in by Pascal out left. And he's got room. He's got room at the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Carr. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the 1st half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
1st down, Philadelphia.
To throw, Mariota. That's complete to Robinson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, it's Mariota.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt.
And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll try the right side here. Barkley.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
So
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
But they'll say it's incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Play action. Now it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 59 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7:34.
Now back to throw. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Carr again. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on first down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long.
So let's put on our offense coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let him come get the quarterback and dump it off, and there could be some room to roam.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. They just get the play off. Now Mariota. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Williams to return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Saquon Barkley running right. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, it's Carr. He's going deep for Brown. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Marquise Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
The Lions will set up for the two-point conversion.
And it'll be intercepted. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mariota on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete.
On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Mariota. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. Throwing, Mariota. Touchdown, Eagles. Michael Gallup with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Eagles are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Eagles 31, Lions 6.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind him.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 14.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr rolling to his right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Cameron Jordan, his 2nd sack of the night. The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 15.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 17 yards.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams,
53 yards.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete for their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete. It's been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Marcus Mariota sacked. A loss of 11 yards. 3 and out.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And he finds McLaurin. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. It goes as a pickup of 23, and it'll be 1st down Eagles. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Wide open receiver complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the second?
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult, but guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Carr. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr, man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Philadelphia, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.